Hello there, everybody. And today for Beavis and Butthead Season 3, I'm already to get straight to it. We are at the episode Ear. So this is where Beavis and Butthead are forced to do a science project with Cody. But of course, Beavis, being Beavis, accidentally, not really, causes his ear to get shot off by Butthead after experimenting with some of the rocket stuff they were trying to experiment with. And because of this, Beavis is deaf throughout the whole episode, and it's hilarious because he's trying to speak loudly when losing his ear, and he just can't hear anything at all, and he even uses the rocket as like a wiener, which I thought was funny. But when they keep on messing around, Cody tells them that they can't keep doing that, but he tries to get him away from the science stuff, but of course Butthead decides to shoot off Beavis's other ear, and he's basically got no ears, and they try to go look for it. They mistaken a pine cone as an ear and a bug until Butthead finds the actual ear on his shoe, and he tries to glue it back on, which I thought was funny. But of course, Cody tries to tell them that they need to have surgery to put it back on, and of course they don't understand that. But it's even funnier seeing the duo just walk into the sunset screaming at each other because Beavis can't even hear anything at all. So this episode was definitely hilarious because Beavis is just not even aware of his stupidity that he gets his ear blown off. It kind of reminds me of the episode where he cuts his finger off by a wood chipper. I thought that scene was hilarious. It's basically like an updated version of it, so that's what I like about it. But we also get a different segment from Mr. Van Driesen. He tries to sing a song called The Miracle of Something, but of course he screws up and his guitar string breaks off and he falls off a cliff, and then he gets eaten by a mountain lion, and we feel bad for Mr. Van Driesen. But the next episode's definitely a memorable one. This is where Beavis accidentally gets stuck into a vent, causing Butthead to think Beavis died, and it causes Beavis to think he's died because he's been in there for so long. But he gets trapped in there after trying to chase a mouse, after he tried to eat his nacho, which was gross. Why would he even want to grab it after a mouse got it? But he goes into the vent, and he's basically stuck, just like in the pipe episode, all the way back. When Butthead got stuck in the pipe, that episode was hilarious. But of course, Beavis somehow finds his way out of the air vent, and he follows Butthead around, and he appears just like a ghost. And the two basically try to find ways to think they have ghost powers by phasing, which I thought was funny. But of course, they decide to go to a funeral at a cemetery when Beavis thinks he can connect to other dead people. But of course, during the funeral of a army veteran, people are grieving for him. But of course, Beavis and Butthead think it's the funeral for Beavis. But of course, they try to go during the ceremony while the Navy people are folding the America flag. They open the coffin, and Beavis basically puts himself in the coffin, causing himself to get buried alive. And who knows how he got out of there. He probably didn't, since the episode just recycles itself. But this episode was definitely a memorable one for sure. Just Beavis and Butthead, of course, just misinterpreting things, and it leads them to do something stupid like this. But the next episode seems to be an interesting one. It's where we get a new student whose name happens to be Beavis. So, yeah, these episodes, definitely memorable ones for sure. Actually made me chuckle a little. And, of course, the music videos they react to are typical music videos. But definitely these episodes are 7 out of 10 for sure. I'm excited to talk about the next week's episode. So yeah, anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you all next time.